Okay, now let's talk about annuities. Suppose we have a retirement fund of $500,000. We've saved our whole lives. We now have $500,000. And it's invested in an annuity which earns 1.5 APR. If we withdraw $2,000 every month, how much will be left after 20 years? Okay, it's the same formula, but here we have the initial amount of money is $500,000. That's real money. That's pretty hard to save up that kind of money. And let's see, we're talking about every month. So every month means n is 12. We are messing with it every 12 times a year. That is how often we are subtracting money from it. We're going to suppose that is how often the interest is compounded. What is the interest, by the way? The interest R is going to be 0.015, that's 1.5% APR, divided by 12. We don't get the full 1.5% every single month. We only get a 12th of that every month. Let's see, Y is 20 years. And what else do we need? We need the P. And here's the difference. Now, it's not like we have $500,000 in the bank and we're putting in another $2,000 every month. We are taking out $2,000. And so P is now a negative number. P is drawing down from A. And we use the same formula that we always use, which is F equals RA plus P times 1 plus R to the yn minus P all over R, which in this situation is, let's see, R, which is 0.015 over 12 times 500,000 plus negative 2,000, which is the same thing as minus 2,000. Should I write that as plus minus 2,000? I will, fine. Plus negative 2,000 times 1 plus 0.015 over 12 to the 12 times 20, yn, minus negative 2,000 all over 0.015 over 12. And how do we deal with this? Let's see. Get out the calculator, maybe move it down to here, and say 0.015 divided by 12 is 0.00125. 0.00125, okay. So let's see, where does that go? 0.00125. So this is 0.00125 times 500,000 minus 2,000. Now we can say adding a negative number is just subtracting. And then we have 1.00125. 12 times 2 is 24, so this is 240. Subtracting a negative is adding 2,000. And we are dividing this whole thing by 0.00125. And now what do we need to do? Now we need to figure out what point... Oh, we got that number right there. I can just say multiplied by 5. 1, 2, 500. 1, 2, 3. 500,000 equals minus 2,000 is negative 1375. So we've got negative 1375, and then we have 1.00125 raised up to the 240th power, and we get 4 digits, 13496. I'm going to use the extra one, 1.13496. So this is 1.13496, and then we add 2,000 to that, and we divide by 0.00125. And what do we get? Let's see, well, there's that number. I don't even, oh well, why not leave it on? Times 1375 negative equals, and then we add 2,000 plus 2,000 equals, and then divided by 0.00125 equals 115,433.46. 115,433.46. 115,43. Oh man. 433.46. 433.46. And this is a little bit impressive because if you really look at it, I mean, okay, it's a little bit sad. And it's sad because 1.5% interest is pathetic, is tiny, tiny, tiny. The baby boomers who are getting ready to retire right now are freaking out because their retirement planning has always been based around the fact that they could get 5 or 8 or 10 or 15% interest on their savings. And now, good luck getting better than 2%. So this is terrifying for a lot of people. But still, look, okay, so do they have $500,000 saved up? Maybe not. Do they want more than $2,000 a month? Probably. But look what we did. We got $2,000 a month times a month, so $2,000 times 12. They're living on $24,000 a year. I mean, you can. It's hard, and they did that for 20 years. So what is that? That is, what is it? 2,000 times 12 times 20 is $480,000. So they started with $500,000. Over the course of 20 years, we've withdrawn $480,000. If there wasn't any interest involved, there'd be only $20,000 left. But there's close to $100,000 more than that because of the interest. Because that $500,000 was earning interest, even at the tiny, tiny, what I'm going to say is very realistic rate of 1.5% interest. Now, if this person had been making 3% interest, holy cow! Because look at it, 3% interest alone is 500,000 times 0.03. That is $15,000 a year. You divide that by 12 months. This person could, with $500,000 at 3% interest, you could have $1,250 a month for infinity. Like, that's how much you're making in interest every single month. You could subtract it and you still have $500,000. I mean, if you had $500,000 and you could get 3% interest, which is not that easy these days, you could take $1,000 out every month and it would grow. I mean, capitalism is, the capital in capitalism means huge piles of money. And if I haven't said this already, it is awesome to have a huge pile of money. I highly recommend each and every one of you gets $500,000 or even $500 million. Wouldn't that be lovely? In any case, this is just hopefully reinforcing how valuable it is to have a big pile of money. If you don't have a big pile of money, then you have to go back to the first lesson that we talked about, which is saving up money, because trust me, someday, if not already, you're going to want to have a big pile of money. I recommend it to everyone.